So tell me about the orphanage part of your work. That I think that was one of the earlier projects that you were
Yeah,
working
definitely.
with, right?
It was basically the first project, because when I traveled to Zanzibar the very first time, this was the orphanage I was connected with initially.
Right.
And I also worked in the local government hospital there.
Okay.
So with the Daraja Foundation, our focus at the orphanage was to continue to educate and empower the children at the orphanage and essentially preparing them for when they leave. So
Right.
the kids at the orphanage usually leave around the age of 17 or 18.
Mm-hmm.
And because they've been at the orphanage most of their lives, sometimes just going out into the real world and facing some realities is challenging.
I found that quite interesting. So why chickens?
So one of the things we would like to bring to people with Daraja is empowerment, life skills, and teaching people about business. And one of the things a chicken farm offers is training in
Right.
chicken farming, agriculture, and also business skills, because there are a lot of hotels and community members that will use chickens and eggs, and it's
Right.
quite a profitable business.
Right.
So we started a training center for students. So at the moment, our chicken farm is student run.
Okay.
So the students have clubs.
Right.
We have a president and a vice president, an accountant and a communicator, and they're learning the skills of starting up a business.
Right.
And then also with that, they're learning about permaculture,
Mm-hmm.
agriculture and farming. With that.
It seems like on the surface, it seems like chickens. How hard is that? But city person and stuff like that, we never
Yeah.
really think about how these things work in terms of being a whole business around it, and having to care for them and raise them from little chicks to,
Right. Yeah.
to big chickens. And
Yeah, and there's vaccines that chickens need. You would want to make sure that they're cared for properly and they're
Right.
free run, and you'd want to make sure that people are getting good eggs and
Yeah.
good meat. So there's a lot around learning about the chickens,
yeah.
and then there's the whole business end too. So
Right.
mhm.
So how involved were you in that?
With this, well, we actually had a volunteer, Sharon, who traveled to Zanzibar early on when we started Daraja,
Okay.
and one of her interests and skills were in chicken farming.
Okay.
Yeah, and so she said that she would be happy to put a proposal together and look at what's been working in other countries when they started chicken farming. And so she basically started that idea, and I connected her with the school that we work with right now.
Okay.
And she came back and used a certain budget to build the farm.
Mm-hmm.
We rented some land.
Mm-hmm.
We leased some land,
Right.
and we were building a chicken farm on it. And
Okay.
we had leased for a certain term, and then the idea was to buy
Mm-hmm.
after on this price.
Right.
So after some time, when we actually started building, the landlord had changed the price to, he quadrupled it, or,
Okay.
or
Yeah.
even more, and
Yeah.
it was not affordable
Right.
at all. So now you've put in so much to this, like many people were involved in building what we had.
Right.
And then we're faced with this very unfortunate situation, and we had to make a very quick decision. What do we do now?
Right.
And these are challenges that you don't expect you're going to face, but
Right.
you have to get your team together and make a decision.
Yeah.
So what we did was we didn't buy the land, and we basically said, you know what, we're going to take a small loss, pick up everything we can, and buy land
Right.
from the beginning. And that's exactly what we did. So
Okay.
within a month, we had left that place, picked up everything, and used those materials to build a new farm on land that we purchased in Zanzibar.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
So Sharon,
Mhm.
the founder of the school, Gasika, and myself, we led the project in the beginning with my board of directors and a budget, and now the chicken farm is led by students. And right in the beginning, we did put in the funding to build the farm for the land, and we were also providing allowances.
Right.
And this year, the students are making enough money to pay their own allowances and also put back into their farm to build on it. So Daraja is no longer putting in any more startup funding, and it's
Very
self-sustainable.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. amazing how much of a difference small things can make. And hopefully it snowballs into more.
Yeah.